Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel Battlefield Narratives. Today, we explore a thrilling question dominating global defense discussions: Russia's Su-57 vs Israel's F-351, the stealth showdown of 2025. Two of the most advanced fifth-generation fighter jets from opposing defense philosophies, each engineered for supremacy in modern air warfare. But when stealth meets strategy, who would truly control the skies? Let's dive deep into this high-stakes comparison. The Russian Su-57, known as the Felon in NATO circles, is the crown jewel of Russia's aerospace innovation. It's built to compete with Western stealth fighters like the F-22 and F-35. Meanwhile, Israel's F-351 stands as a newer, highly advanced stealth platform, combining American F-35 DNA with indigenous Israeli upgrades, a jet specifically crafted for survivability, intelligence, and precision in real-time battlefield conditions. The Su-57 is a statement of power. Developed by Sukhoi, it represents decades of Russian aerodynamic mastery blended with stealth technology. It is designed for agility, speed, and multi-role functionality. In contrast, the F-351 embodies digital warfare. It's not just an aircraft, it's an intelligent node in Israel's interconnected defense network. Every move, every strike, every defensive maneuver is guided by data, AI, and battlefield awareness. When we compare their physical design, the contrast becomes clear. The Su-57 boasts a sleek, aggressive airframe optimized for maneuverability. It features thrust, vectoring engines that allow it to twist, roll, and evade in ways few aircraft can match. The F-351, on the other hand, prioritizes minimal radar cross-section. Its surfaces are smooth, its exhaust signature reduced, and its angles are designed to scatter radar waves. The result is a jet that can strike unseen and disappear before radar systems can respond. The Su-57 measures about 20 meters long, with a wingspan of 14 meters, and uses composite materials for radar absorption. Its engines, the AL-51F1, provide supercruise capability, maintaining supersonic speed without afterburners. The F-351 may be smaller, but it uses advanced adaptive engines that dynamically adjust thrust to conserve energy and reduce heat visibility, making it even harder to track on infrared systems. In a real combat situation, the Su-57 would likely rely on its agility and speed to outmaneuver threats. Its supermaneuverability gives it an edge in close-range engagements. Israel's F-351, however, is built to ensure those close-range situations never happen. It leverages stealth, sensor fusion, and electronic warfare to neutralize enemies before they even know they're being targeted. One of the key deciding factors in modern air combat is radar technology. The Su-57 is equipped with the N036 Bielko radar, an advanced ESA radar system with side-mounted arrays that expand its detection range and field of view. This multi-directional radar system allows the Su-57 to track up to 60 targets at once, but the F-351 pushes the limits of what radar can do. Its Israeli-developed radar integrates with satellite feeds, drones, and ground-based systems, providing the pilot with an unmatched situational picture. This means the F-351 pilot doesn't just see, they predict. The Su-57's weapon systems include long-range air-to-air missiles like the R-77M and R-37M, capable of striking targets up to 200 kilometers away. It also carries the Kh-59 Mk2 for precision ground strikes. The F-351, on the other hand, uses a combination of American and Israeli-made precision-guided missiles. Reports suggest it carries upgraded Python and Derby air-to-air missiles, as well as newly developed AI-assisted smart munitions. These can calculate trajectory and adapt mid-flight, improving kill probability even against fast, moving or stealthy targets. In 2025, the war for the skies is not just about who flies faster or higher, it's about who connects faster. The F-351 functions as a network hub, linking to satellites, drones, and other aircraft. Every piece of information gathered by one unit is instantly shared with the entire system. The Su-57 has similar capabilities but operates in a more centralized command structure, meaning it may not receive data updates as rapidly. When it comes to stealth, the F-351 dominates the conversation. Its radar cross-section is estimated to be less than 0.001 square meters, nearly invisible to most conventional radar systems. The Su-57's radar cross-section is higher, possibly around 0.1 square meters, due to its design prioritizing aerodynamic performance over total stealth. While this makes the Su-57 harder to detect than any fourth-generation fighter, it's still easier to spot than the F-351. However, the Su-57 compensates with brute force and advanced counter-stealth measures. Its L-band radar arrays are capable of detecting stealth aircraft at certain angles, making it one of the few jets that might spot the F-351 before being hit. But spotting is only half the battle. Locking and hitting a stealth jet is an entirely different challenge. In electronic warfare, Israel has a proven edge. The F-351 features an integrated EW suite capable of jamming, spoofing, and cyber defense. It can send out false signals, confuse enemy radar, and misdirect missile guidance systems. This gives it the ability to control the digital environment of battle. The Su-57's EW systems are powerful, but they are designed for disruption rather than deception. In a contest of electronic intelligence, the F-351 would likely hold the upper hand. The question of endurance and maintenance also plays a major role. The Su-57 has powerful engines and long-range capacity, but it suffers from reliability issues and limited production numbers. Only a small number of fully operational units exist as of 2025. Israel's F-351, while newer, benefits from advanced self-diagnosis systems. The aircraft continuously monitors its own components and alerts maintenance crews about potential issues before they become failures. This predictive maintenance ensures the F-351 is always combat ready. Now, imagine a real battle scenario, a conflict in contested airspace over the Middle East or Eastern Europe. The Su-57 would likely rely on speed and surprise, climbing to high altitude to fire long-range missiles before closing in for visual engagement. The F-351, in contrast, would use stealth and electronic warfare to remain undetected, track the Su-57's movements through satellite and drone data, and strike from a position of total advantage. If both aircraft were to enter visual range, the battle would shift dramatically. The Su-57's thrust vectoring would allow it to perform extreme maneuvers, dodging missiles and positioning itself for gunfire or short-range missile attacks. The F-351, however, would still rely on predictive flight algorithms that calculate enemy movements in real time, helping the pilot anticipate and avoid traps before they happen. When comparing weapons range, both aircraft are impressive. The Su-57's long-range R-37M missiles can strike targets from beyond 200 kilometers, while the F-351's AI-assisted precision missiles may have slightly shorter range but superior tracking accuracy. The difference lies in reliability. The F-351's weapons are guided by real-time battlefield data, reducing the margin of error. Speed is another critical factor. The Su-57 can reach speeds up to Mach 2 with supercruise capability, while the F-351 likely maxes out at around Mach 1.8. But speed doesn't always equal victory. Stealth fighters win by avoiding detection and hitting first, and in that realm, the F-351 has a decisive edge. When it comes to avionics and pilot interface, the F-351 is light years ahead. The cockpit features a fully augmented reality display, giving the pilot a 360-degree situational view using cameras embedded around the jet. The Su-57 has an advanced cockpit too, but it focuses more on manual control than AI assistance. Israel's jet lets the pilot become a commander of an entire digital battle space, not just a pilot flying a single machine. In terms of cost, the Su-57 is cheaper to produce but harder to maintain. The F-351, while expensive, benefits from modular systems that make upgrades and repairs easier. Over time, this makes it more sustainable for Israel's defense strategy. Now, consider doctrine how these jets are meant to be used. Russia's doctrine emphasizes air dominance through aggressive tactics. The Su-57 is meant to hunt, overwhelm, and destroy. Israel's doctrine emphasizes survival through precision, stealth, and intelligence. The F-351 is meant to strike, vanish, and win wars before they start. These philosophies define how each would fight. In global terms, both jets symbolize more than just technology. They represent national identity and defense posture. The Su-57 embodies Russia's legacy of raw military strength and innovation under constraint. The F-351 symbolizes Israel's focus on quality over quantity, precision over power, and survival through intelligence. If we examine real-world implications, the F-351 would fit perfectly into Israel's integrated defense web, connecting with drones, satellites, and missile defense systems like Iron Dome and Arrow 3. The Su-57 would operate within Russia's broader strategy of deterrence, supporting air superiority and nuclear readiness missions. Ultimately, in a 2025 showdown between these two jets, the result would depend on the conditions. In open skies where visibility is high, the Su-57's speed and maneuverability could be devastating. But in a stealth-driven conflict under radar suppression and digital warfare, the F-351 would likely dominate through invisibility, precision, and superior data fusion. The Su-57 might outfly, but the F-351 would outthink. The Russian jet is the sword, the Israeli jet is the scalpel. Both are deadly, but they serve different masters and different doctrines. As warfare continues to evolve into a battle of data, stealth, and artificial intelligence, the F-351 represents the next step, a fusion of man and machine in the air. The Su-57 remains a masterpiece of traditional dogfighting excellence, powerful and fierce. But the skies of 2025 may favor those who can see without being seen, strike without being detected, and decide before the enemy reacts. And that's where Israel's F-351 stands tall. If you enjoyed this deep dive into advanced military technology, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to Battlefield Narratives for more high-quality analysis on global warfare, strategy, and defense innovations shaping our world.